Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Coffee Review, or MCR, as the cool kids are calling it. It is a lovely August 5th, and I am returning back home with Michael. So, Michael and I both got back from Little Rock last week. We had a great time at our ATG headquarters, meeting with our technical teams, talking to some other folks, having a good old time, getting caught up and enjoying each other's company as well as collaboration. And Michael and some of the others held down the MCR fort while I was in meetings, but always good to see my friend and all the others that we've got here. How's your day going?
Good. Yeah, it was good to see you in person. We haven't had that in a while. We won't do that again till I'm bound. But that was great. Also, everyone here met everyone from my team at a leadership level, which was cool. We talked a little bit about AI. So it was fun. But yeah, Little Rock was great. We learned a lot. I actually did a presentation on blueprints to biospheres, which you didn't attend, Jason, but some folks did, like Matt. And then I heard it was good. So that was pretty exciting, blending a little bit of my hobby into what we do every day. So maybe at some point we'll do something like that on here. Who knows? But today what we're going to be talking about is Autodesk Takeoff, which ironically enough was Jason's. I'm going to put an emphasis on that idea. But since he didn't
throw me right under the bus, that's fine.
Since you would have done the same thing to me, and I would have been like, we'll wing it. But we'll go through and learn it together, because I'll try and troubleshoot some stuff. I've never used it, so that is
that actually makes this whole thing better. So
be on the whim.
Let me add a little color to this. A couple weeks ago, we did takeoff strategies within Bluebeam. Right now here at ATG, we're always getting calls about like, well, do I need Autodesk or do I need Bluebeam? And it's not an or question in my head. It's an and, right? What can they do and how do they complement each other? I've seen some of our team here at ATG do some amazing things with Takeoff. However, it's from my quick 30-second view, it's going to require Revit workflows. Now, me being a civil guy, I don't have a Revit workflow. I don't have Revit models other than, taking them and collaborating with them in a civil space to make sure that they're geographically coordinate based and units are good and all that other stuff as far as the coordination between Revit and civil. But when it comes to working on actual Revit models, that ain't me, dog. So Takeoff works really well when you have a Revit model. And last week or a week before, when we did the Takeoff in Bluebeam, we used it for visual search to find objects. We used it to find element IDs. We used it to find different things. Today we're going to jump right into Revit or Autodesk Takeoff with a Revit model and see how it compares. Now, I love that Michael's coming into this blind, because figuring stuff out is what we do all day. Let's see how our boy does. I think you're going to do just fine.
Yeah, I won't look anything up either. But let's look up the costs, because that's always talked about as well. Because I believe you're not going to just give it to me, are you?
It's part of one of the build tiers. I mean, their pricing is a little funky.
There it is.
There you go. Includes centralized document management. So it comes with components of the construction cloud beyond just the Takeoff part. So there you go. You're getting Docs, you're getting Takeoff, you're getting Build Connected Pro, you're getting ProS, you're getting a lot other than just the Takeoff capability within ACC.
Yeah, because it's not part of Build. Like, you buy Build, but it doesn't come with Autodesk Takeoff.
Correct.
So Build does come with cost management, but it doesn't come with Autodesk Takeoff, if I remember the Construction 101 class correctly.
Right. And to Craig's comment, some of these increases are getting a lot. There's a lot of stuff hidden behind paywalls. There's like, oh, you want that button? That's an extra $2. Every software is doing that anymore. It's getting crazy.
Yeah, 24%. I mean, our own electricity bill, since we have a bunch of They say it's because a lot of people are moving here, right? In Arizona, well, Phoenix specifically. We have we only have one provider for electricity, but it's actually the data centers. So all of the data centers are what do you say? Our grid? Yeah, our grid is
Yeah.
trying to compensate for the amount of power for the data centers, and we're all paying the price for it. So like just in the past 2 years, they've increased it 16% year over year. So like
Oh,
everyone is in, yeah, I know. Oh, it's great. Yeah, everything is just it's inflation. So we're at the height of inflation of percentages going up continuously and compounding. I mean, do you remember right after COVID, um, our insurance rates went up?
yeah.
Like they hadn't gone up for the past, I think it was 5 years prior, and they went up like 20%
Hmm.
regardless of how good of a driver you were, right? I had no tickets, no accidents, and still 20% increase. It's crazy. And that happened for what, 2 years after, 3 years after. It wasn't until this last year
Hmm.
where it didn't increase um, astronomically again, right? So,
Yeah,
but
and
I'm not taking it away from you all. Like that wasn't Craig trying to take it away from you all, but just comparing everything else too, right? I mean, Autodesk costs have gone up, and I'm not justifying their cost or anyone's cost. Like we're all everywhere is just increasing, and it's hurting everybody's pocket.
yeah, and like Bluebeam, they've said they're going to increase 10% every year.
Yeah,
So it's going to be one of those things where it needs to be expected and needs to be planned for. Unfortunately, I mean,
that's
I
why.
hate,
Like, sorry,
I hate it.
I
I hate it.
interrupted you.
That's why what?
Like I was just thinking as you were saying that. That's why you buy year subscriptions to things. I was just thinking that because like I was about to interrupt you with the my Premiere Pro cost, right? Like I bought the year subscription during Black Friday specifically because it was cheaper, knowing that it would bring me through the whole year without the increases in the middle of the year. So buying annual is typically better than one-offs. But sorry, I interrupted you.
Well, same thing with the 3 year. You can buy Bluebeam at a 3 year and it locks in the price, but
Yeah.
come year four, it's going to be a big jump either way.
Oh, I didn't think
So
about it that way. They'll
yeah,
get you back.
they'll get you back. I mean, it makes sense for cost control, but you got to be looking ahead. Especially, I know we got a lot of IT folks who are part of that budgeting process, and when you get a surprise bill, it's 24% higher. Even worse if you're a Bentley shop, it's going to be wild, right? So you got to plan for that because it's not the same rigid market as it was 5, 10 years ago, where like, oh, look, I'm going to add one employee. That means this much, boom, boom, boom. Now it's a sliding scale and it's getting a little funky.
I remember when Netflix was like $7,
Oh yeah,
and now for the 4K Netflix, it's $25 a month.
it's ridiculous.
Can you believe that?
Well, and like,
$7 to $25.
yeah, and I think like we've got Apple TV, we've got Netflix, we've got Prime, we've got Hulu, we've got like 5 different platforms. And there's times we go on there and search for something and we still have to pay to watch it.
I know. Well, so like I pay for Netflix and HBO, but I don't have to pay for Hulu and what's in Disney Plus because it comes with Verizon
Right,
if you
right.
have a certain plan. Yeah. Anyways, all right, things are going up, and that's kind of even coattails into this as well because why not use? You're seeing a lot of firms trying to condense their tech stack, right? So
Yep.
that's why we did takeoffs in Bluebeam. It's a more cost-effective solution comparative to anything in our industry. I don't think anything comes close to it from an Autodesk realm because like even Docs is $700 a year
Hmm.
by itself. So Bluebeam is definitely more cost effective from that angle. And that's why you see a lot of people transitioning to that and making their firm just that's their standard, right? They're reducing their tech stack, and people are doing cost estimating. That's why we did cost estimating last week in Bluebeam to show you all that kind of workflow if you're trying to condense your tech stack as much as possible. I will say Takeoff is going to be more for the construction side of the industry. in that phase, right? They're already paying for build. They're just going to add takeoff because everything's in one centralized location. So when you talk about cost increase and the cost of your tech stack, you also have to look at it from a perspective of, is it automating my process more effectively than anything I was using before, right? Because then the cost pays for itself in that manner. When you look at it that way, a lot of the times when you're trying to understand automation and things that are going to be more effective, you're not seeing the upfront cost of the labor that typically goes into it, right? That's not in your face as you're seeing Jason takes 5 hours to do this, but if he had Autodesk Takeoff or Bluebeam, for instance, it takes him 2 hours or 1 hour, right? So his labor is 4 hours less or 3 hours less than what we would have billed him at to do something different, right? So there's that upfront cost is not typically looked at because it's not really shown, right? So that's what we would call an ROI. But anyways, okay, so you have a home screen here. It looks like Kyle has done some things in here before. And by the way, I haven't even used build before, so this is definitely going to be we're I don't know what we're going to get into here. Okay, so it looks like there's different there's different modules in here because I'll have a little bit of an upper hand because I know how docs, design collaboration, model coordination works, and this is all from a design perspective. But when you start looking at these other ones, not insights, but these three here, these are all from a construction angle here. So when you look at Autodesk Construction Cloud, they call it Construction Cloud specifically. Well, do you know the backstory why they called it Construction Cloud?
It's the unified platform. I don't know why they call it Construction Cloud. This used to be BIM 360.
Yes.
Basically.
The reason why they used construction in the actual name was to tailor to the construction part of the industry. Ironically enough, the entire platform is built for both sides of the industry. But when you're trying to sell a product that hasn't ever been reached to before because they're late to the game as always, I should take that back. That was a strong statement. They are typically purchasing solutions that have been produced, and those solutions are typically rolled out later before other competitors have, ironically enough, like Procore, right? So Procore was rolled out way before Build was rolled out, and they had to attract this solution. So in order to attract it to this part of the industry, they named it that part of the industry. Though this whole platform itself, the cloud, is actually all parts of the industry. Was that clear?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is I'm going to say a misstep. When they called it BIM 360, you isolated the construction part, and you eliminated civil, and you eliminated anybody who wasn't doing a BIM workflow. So people saw BIM and they're like, nah, I'm out. Same thing with Construction Cloud. I'm not in construction. Boom, I'm out. But that's not true.
100%. Yeah.
You know, it's getting to the construction. You're building something, no matter what you're working on, whether it be, Doug's millwork projects or somebody's electrical design or somebody's building or somebody's house. You're still building something, right? And that construction, you're still constructing something. So it's just a little bit of resetting that mindset. Just like my soapbox about BIM, building is a verb, not a noun. So when we're talking about building information modeling, we're talking about the verb of building, not the noun of building.
Yeah, they should just called it Autodesk Cloud.
I bet you 50 cents, which would be worth probably $12 here in 5 years, that it will be just Autodesk Cloud.
It'd be the opposite way, but it'd be worth 12 cents.
Our $12 would be worth 50 cents later. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so you have home. It looks like this is just like a ribbon. Then you have packages, it looks like. So you can create some type of package. So group work into takeoff packages to keep quantities separate and organize. Open a package to start a takeoff. Okay, so in order to start a takeoff, I need to create a package. But it looks like take a tour, learn more, register for a course. Who does that? Settings. So you have some settings in here. It looks like master format, currency, US dollars. I'm assuming Kyle already set a lot of this up. So output definitions, so 1x4, so it looks like you can create an output definition, and you can use units of measure, cost, qualification here. Okay, so you have some qualifications. Cool. And there's some settings here as well. So we'll just go back to packages and let's create a package because I want to try one.
Well, you're in Kyle's sandbox. Do we want to play in his sandbox, or do you want to do?
Yeah, because his is already set up. So I don't want to create one from scratch.
Structural. He doesn't have one.
Yeah, so we'll do that. But let me. He has one.
Oh, he does have one. Dope.
The reason why I want to play in I don't want to say it that way. The reason why I want to use Kyle's data sets is because he's already set a build for it. So linking the information to build to do the takeoffs, I wouldn't know how to do. So. Okay, so I created a package. I thought it was going to prompt me for something, but it didn't. That's cool. So we'll go down here and click on it. Nope. Skip tour.
That's a spirit.
Okay, so it says sheets and models. So I see sheets here. I want 3D model. I want to do a takeoff on a 3D model. Okay. So let's see.
Is that structural? Yeah, there we go. Structural bottom one.
I want this one. Yeah, not this one with electrical. Yeah. Okay, so I did this. I clicked it. Let's see. Is it going to give me some things that I can do in here?
It's going to give you a 3D model, and this is the part that amazes me. Even though we've said a couple not so nice things, the end of the day, this is still a freaking website, and it blows my mind that we have this capability. Ooh. Shortcuts and hotkeys. You know, we have a love-hate relationship with them.
Yeah, as instructors, you can't really use them as much as possible because people don't know what you're doing.
Correct.
Okay, so I understand that I'm in a 3D model. I forget. ACC is different from scrolling. Okay, so but I want to click things like, does it automate? So there's settings, there's levels, there's properties, there's model browser, there's exit full screen. That was the hotkeys. There's nothing in here that indicates selecting for quantities. Typically you'll have like a bar here that allows you to itemize, but it doesn't do anything with this package. So it's probably going to do what? Let's click on somebody else to see if I can figure my way through this. That one has an exclamation point. I don't know why. Yeah, so there's nothing. Does it need to be a sheet? Let's go and look. That was 3D model. Let's go and look because it memorized my filter. That's cool.
There's a helicopter. That's cool.
Does it give me something different when I look at sheets? Area, linear, count, it does. So it gives me an area, a linear, and a count. Count.
Look at that. Symbol detection.
Okay, so it works off of 2D, but it didn't work off 3D. I'm kind of sad that it wasn't 3D driven.
It is. I've seen it do it, but maybe we're just doing something wrong.
Was I? Okay, let's go here. Hold on.
Now, keep in mind, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. Michael and I are not experts at Takeoff, but we've got people at our company that can do this all day long, and we're happy to bring them on if people are interested in what we're sort of tabbling into. But the goal is to, see what we can figure out on our own, right? How intuitive is it? Especially as we're coming from a Bluebeam workflow that we're used to. If we're going to compare a platform, how intuitive is it, and do we actually need full-on training?
Whoa.
Oh, that was an exciting noise. What are you seeing here?
I just did. This is like Tandem, not Forma. Tandem has this asset selection, but this allows you to visually see everything that is similar in one area.
It's like all the rebars stacked out as if you were going to go stack it for the day.
Yeah, it's everything in the entire build and it's itemized by area. So you have your structural rebar here, you have your structural column, and itemized everything into that was cool.
That's wild.
Look at that. That's so cool. Okay, but like let me quantify. Okay, so you do location, but do I have to set a location in order to do this?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
well, I didn't do it. Yeah. Okay, so that was cool. That was one thing, but it doesn't give me the count like the other ones. And would it want to? Probably not, because I'm just creating my selection. Okay. Let's go and see sheets and models. Doesn't have anything here. That's just selecting your sheets and models. It looks like files. Oh. See if I create a report. Let's go and look at Kyle's.
Yeah, look at that.
So, okay, see, so he already did these presets of what the cost needed to be for these. So if you remember, I saw this up here in the definitions and settings. Output definitions, settings.
Yep.
So you see,
And notice you can import. So you could probably pull in a CSV that has everything already listed. So if you already had a bid sheet, drop it in there and it's going to pre-configure them for you.
okay, hold on.
You go count or linear feet because columns can be different height, right?
Mm-hmm. You'd probably want to do, if it's concrete column, you'd probably want to do the volume of it.
View more.
But I'm going to do count per one, and we'll just say each one is, I don't know.
8 by 8 and whatever.
Or we'll do 250. Hmm. Okay. This is just to create another one. Okay, so I
So, yeah, there's your
created
column.
one. Yeah. So let's see. I go to reports, create a report.
I think you still need to define what's column before it to show up on a report.
Yeah, but how do I define that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't see column in there. Okay.
Yeah, because it's takeoff type.
Maybe because you haven't defined any, it's not going to show up in the report yet.
Yeah, but if you go back to packages and I look, do I have to define it here? But I can't do it in a 3D model, which is what I would want to do. Okay, so let's see it from a 2D. Fine. Well, let's look where Kyle. Nope. Okay, I guess you didn't have any from here. A through Z. And of course, you didn't
There's
have
no structural
any
2D sheet.
published.
I'm
Let's
pretty
look
sure
at
you can do this in a 3D
architectural.
takeoff.
But I didn't have the ability to create takeoff type. Okay, column. Count. Circle. Use triangle, fill, that's fine. Oh, here we go. So now I could do this column. Beta.
Your
Cannot
embedded
cut.
carbon, because that's a thing.
Oh, nope. Additional output save. Okay, so I created a takeoff type. Now if I go back to here, will I be able to do that in 3D? Someone's probably yelling at us right now, like how to do it.
Oh, that's what chat's for. If anybody's got guidance, let's go. But oh, where'd your model go?
Um,
Because if you go back to that 3D view that you had, where you had everything, what'd you do? Filtered, where it showed all the columns
yeah.
together.
Okay. Just had to hit refresh, maybe. Oh, I was way over. Okay.
I really want to try this with a civil corridor.
Structural framing, structural columns, and it's all concrete. Whatever. Um, so if I select one,
Ooh, select all 16 by 16. Ooh, okay. No. How do you add it to a takeoff? The select similar function is pretty awesome.
cool, but I just want to quantify. And again, you should be able to. Okay. Do we put some training wheels on and I do a little research real quick?
We could call Kyle in here, but Kyle's enjoying his sabbatical right now. So hopefully he's out enjoying himself.
My assistant is thinking real quick. Hold on. It's cool how it shows you what it's searching. Select the count takeoff in 2D as it's searching. 2D takeoff toolbar. I need to ask it if I can do it in 3D. Hold on. Because it's going to frustrate me.
Does ChatGPT know takeoff?
Yeah.
So I haven't been keeping up with chat as much as I should have been. Once upon a time, it didn't know anything beyond like 2009 or 19. Has that changed? Is it current now? Does it know yesterday's
Yeah.
news?
Well, I mean, I don't ask it yesterday's news, but there's so many different learning models. Okay, in your takeoff project, go to Sheets and Models in the left nav, click the Revit IFC model to open to be. That's what I have open. In the left nav, takeoff types, click the blue button. So okay, hold on, here it is. To create a count type in the left navigation, open up takeoff types. Yep,
There you go.
we have that. Click the blue button, hit plus, add your count. So we'll do columns. We'll add what type of it is. It's going to be this. We'll just do diamond now since we're changing this. No description, and then add details, and we'll do the one that I had already.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
saved. So
Well, it
once
didn't have.
oh,
Oh, you had to select the objects or start takeoff at the bottom.
is that what it said? Okay, hold on. Do you have to do this every time? There's got to be a different way. We'll figure that out later on. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, do I need to put this? Cannot calculate embedded carbon. That's fine. If I hit exit, perfect. Are we good? The name, a takeoff type with this name and tool already exists.
We call it structural columns. Oh, there you go.
If I hit save, it went away though.
What's additional outputs? The plus sign above, straight up. Not that.
What are you saying? Right
Down below,
here?
right?
Oh,
Down, right there.
that's just more.
Okay.
Click save. Select the
Okay.
element in 3D. Oh, dang it, man.
I messed you up.
Oh, okay, here we go. Click save. Then select elements in 3D. In 3D view, find the instance of the typing or element you want to count. Right click it and confirm the style type.
Okay. So click on one of the columns. Do that right click, select similar that you did before.
Select instances. Right click, confirm the style and type name. Select that. Select all that type, which highlights the instances. Yep. Click the blue check mark to add all of them to your takeoff. Blue check mark.
Well, there's still a right click in there somewhere, right?
No, so in the 3D view, find all the instances that are similar, right click it, confirm the tile. So we did that, select it, right click it, confirming the style or type, select all. Yep, types, which highlights every instance in the model. Click the blue check mark to add all of them to the takeoff. That's what I'm missing.
I see the blue select, and I see structural columns.
There should be a blue check mark. Blue check mark.
Is that structural columns bubble selectable? Actually, you know what? Go back. So select everything again. Now do the plus sign for takeoff types. Maybe it means a blue plus sign. Yep. It did do 16 by 16. You didn't have that before. So hit start takeoff at the bottom.
Oh, is this where I name it what it is?
Yep.
That's
There
how you
it
do
is.
it.
So there's your 5,000 metals column. So we were working on pre-populating what you could take off before we went through, and the instructions saying check. There's a blue check mark right there.
Wait, where? Oh,
What was the tooltip above that?
did you see that? Select all 24. So these are named 20. They're not the same.
Model health matters, everybody.
That is unfortunate. Okay, but anyways, so I got this. Okay, now what? Fine tune manually if needed. If you need to exclude or adjust individual elements, you can toggle the checkboxes in the inventory pane or manually click elements in the 3D view to activate the count tool. Okay. And then I could also come down here and count these if I wanted to and add. Okay. Then go. Okay. So review and export. Open the quantifications inventory pane. Okay. So let's exit. Is that the report? Yeah. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, and it will run this regularly.
Or scheduled. Scheduled. That's crazy.
So I like the 3D part, but I don't like that you have to. Well, I guess you wouldn't have to add them because you could import it every time.
Correct.
Right. That's what it would be. Yeah.
So Doug, taking your world, and all the things that you've got, you'd be able to just import that bid sheet or whatever of your item types, be able to rock and roll. Are your wheels turning at all? Or are you like, man, I still am sticking with my Bluebeam Power Query world? Because it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So this was count. The next one would be rebar. Then you'd probably be doing rebar sizes. So if you're modeling rebar, which typically you don't because it really does bog down your model, but let's just say you did, you could do the rebar. Why didn't it open that up?
Whoa. You see that, everybody? New Bluebeam update. Who's hiding there? I
That
don't
was
think I did
probably
that
an
one.
old one.
Was it? I think it might have been.
Yeah. So it says it wasn't found. Let's go back to the report. We're gonna make this work. It ended up being the 16 by 16, right? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You see this? Does that look like Adobe to you? Hilarious.
Sure does. Well, yeah, they would never use a Bluebeam icon. There's some Autodesk employee just giggling about that icon that they made.
Yeah, 100%. What? Why did his just download, and why is it being sent to me? Thank you.
That's pretty wild.
Okay, so it just has everything. It's not what I wanted.
Was there a filter to just do structural?
Yeah.
There it is, Michael Structural. I mean, takeoff hasn't been performed. Interesting.
So it didn't work. Okay.
So what this is telling me is that if I have everything pre-configured and ready to go, I can just hit a button and it will automatically do my report for me for every single thing all at once on a schedule. So if it knows to look for a 16 by 16 column, it will know if it added 2 of them. I think that's maybe, if it's not there now, maybe that's where it's going. Wouldn't that be cool?
But why didn't it
That button's so cool.
did I have to hit the checkbox? I missed a step.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I did.
That was the blue check mark. And now it's green. It's showing it's been counted. Oh, that was
That's
the color.
so lame.
So now it knows, okay. It shows you what you missed.
It didn't tell me what I missed. That's more frustrating. I had to just figure it out.
True that. So,
Okay, so can I filter here? It says filter location or document. Is a document a three? Will I be able to do the 3D view?
yeah.
Yes. There it is. Okay.
That's cool.
Let's see if this works. Wonder if it's faster because it won't be on all of them.
You would think. There it is. Sent to you by email. That part is maddening.
Nope, didn't do it. Whatever.
Wait.
There it is. It didn't do it like it didn't. It gave me all of these
Yeah.
things, but there you go. So it did do it from here of that one quantification here. So that is pretty slick. I'm going to do a couple more. Hold on, because I'm getting excited about how easy this is. So let's go back to here. I just need to know some sizes that they have because I'm going to do it per rebar size. So hold on. I wonder if it's going to let me
Rebar bar.
It's not showing
Number 5 rebar.
rebar number. Did it say number 5? I didn't see it.
No, I was just.
You're just saying
number
it.
5. Yeah.
Thank you for telling me something that it wasn't.
Oh, bar diameter 2.26 inches. I don't think so. What would that be? Number 79 rebar.
So that one won't let me select all similar. Okay, we'll just do. No, because I really want to do this correctly. So this is bad data in, bad data out. I mean, this is shape number 17, cool, but it doesn't say what type of rebar this is.
Correct.
I mean, you're gonna want to bend bar detail, but how much rebar are we purchasing and what's the size?
Oh, you got a material. Yeah, we talked about this. Well, we talked about this a couple of times. Like bad data in, bad data out. If you're doing your families in Revit properly and you're giving it the metadata that it needs, you're just saving time down the road. 1-inch bar diameter right there.
Yeah, it's a bar diameter, but it's not telling me the type of bar. But I still can't select all instances. Well, so we'll just do rebar 5. We'll just quantify that. So do I need to... Can I create my own in here without having to go over there? Let's do this. We'll do another count. No, we need length, linear. That's fine. So we'll add details. We'll do, I don't know, $1.50. It's probably totally off, but we'll just do that. This will also be metals. So quantity formula. Do I have to do a formula for it? Do I have to create the formula? It just says distance. Does that mean it's going to already know? We'll find out. Okay. So I saved it. We're going to select these all here. Well, hold on. How did I do that again? Because I have to select them and then, oh, okay, that's what it was. I have to select them. 5.0. We'll just do 5.0. I forgot. You have to select them, then create it. So then we'll do our output. We don't need a definition here. Then we'll do our rebar 5. Done. Hit save. Okay, I did that. Why didn't it?
So Doug added, the problem for this with millwork is that all of the variability that exists within millwork. You can do a takeoff, but would still have to assign the variables for any estimate to be accurate. You really can't do an estimate for architectural metalwork this way either. And I think that's probably true for the majority of the models that exist today. In a perfect world, a perfectly coordinated model, a perfect everything has all the metadata. I mean, it'd be probably one of the most expensive models ever made. Then it might work as advertised. But for where we are currently in the industry, this would still take quite a bit of time. But I mean, it's still better than doing highlights on a printed out piece of paper.
I don't know if it won't let me because the type of rebar families these are. These are some odd numbers. There's just no like. Okay, so we'll do this one. This will be our framing one.
Wouldn't that still just go under column?
It's a framing. Remember. Let's do view more.
Mm.
Probably want cubic feet, right? Or yards. What do you typically get with concrete? Is it cubic yards, I think?
Yards with concrete, yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably what? Per yard? It's probably, let's do 600.
That seems low. Let me
You
find
you
out.
look it
I'm
up.
gonna Google this up. Current average price for cubic yard of concrete.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the
$178.58 as of 2024. So yeah, 600 is right for this year.
we'll do 200. It already had the carbon output for this, so that must have been data in already. So
Maybe.
concrete right here, yeah. And I had to put additional inputs. Do I have to? No. See, I did the same thing that I did before. I hit save. I selected all instances and I created it. And it didn't do the right thing. Count. It already exists. Okay. So how do I quantify it?
We're not getting our blue check mark anymore.
Well, there's this to add it, and that's what we did before, but it won't start the takeoff because it was supposed to be selected as you're creating it. That's what the workflow we did before.
Well, try that again. Select them all now that it's there.
We'll do cancel. We'll do another one here. Okay. We'll do this one. We'll do count this time. And we'll just do a standard count. We won't do by the other one because obviously it's not working.
We need all the embodied carbon though.
Yes. Just do count is going to work better. We'll just say each one is probably, I don't know, $600 now.
I wonder if those embodied carbon stuff will go away with the changes that are being made to the EPA and everything.
Okay, they're selected. I hit save.
Them being selected doesn't matter because you were just creating the type for it.
Yeah, but should they show up here?
No, because you didn't create the actual takeoff yet. You created a takeoff type.
Yeah, but isn't that what we did last time? You select it all, and then it would pop up here.
There was a start takeoff.
Yeah, but that's when we were doing the start takeoff
Right
here.
here.
Yeah, that's what I did last time. Remember? Okay, let's move on to one more over here.
I think you're going out of order a little bit.
Okay, so you go here, and then you do it.
Yes. Map the count to. Interesting. Model mappings. So is that where... Oh. So this is where we go with our model, right? With our model names. If the family was named right, you wouldn't have to select anything. It would automatically know.
Oh, and that's this one, model mapping, BIM. So then I come into here, but...
Yep, because you're verifying at that point.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry. We'll do all these and then we'll check. But it still is not doing the one that I wanted. So this one, I already had these created. But how do I get to ones that are already in here that I've already created to start my takeoff? You have to hit plus, enter a name, There's the one that I wanted. But this tool already exists. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, it shows you an inventory down here. Like, that's so cool.
Oh, you didn't even have to go to Excel yet. Real time.
But again, this tool already exists. Cool. Let me count this already existing tool. I'm frustrated.
Yeah, I see where you're at with this.
Like, I know I already created them. Can you let me...
But it's still saying
like,
save and not...
Yeah,
not
like start my count.
Hmm.
But it does when I have something selected.
Ah. So it's the whole noun-verb selection.
Whatever.
There you go. Start takeoff. Because that would still be concrete, yeah?
Yeah, but we're going to do this one linear. So we'll do L. Oh my gosh.
Michael's going too fast today.
No coffee.
And when you go back to caffeine, you're going to be a machine.
Yeah. So if I hit start takeoff, am I doing this wrong?
No. Because then what should happen is that now concrete L will show up in your takeoff, and then we'll give you the check mark. There we go. Where then you can go verify. Oh, you didn't hit the check mark, so you lost it. Now you go. But it's still giving you cubic yards for concrete L, not the length that you were after.
I wanted it by cubic yards, though. The
Oh.
amount of concrete purchased is 200 by the cubic yard.
So much embodied
So that
carbon.
gives me the money. Yeah. Is
This
that a
an
lot of
expensive
embodied
project so
carbon?
far. I don't know.
I mean, this is accurate, isn't it? Because we said it was 178 per cubic yard. So I mean, that's just that part.
$112,000 in concrete.
And then if we added the same thing to this one,
review and oh man,
because I've already added to that other inventory part. We'll do this one.
This is really cool. Take off BIM objects. No, you got a warning.
Yeah, it's because it's not the same.
Clear selection.
Yeah, how did I do? Did you say that?
I didn't pull it from. So you need to remove. There's no undo button here.
Maybe if I do Control Z. There we go. Oh, Control Y.
Too much.
Control Y. Oop, Control Z once. Okay.
And we're back.
So I would just do the same thing here. So I would select this one, right? Select these, hit plus. I'm going to do the same thing, which is this.
Well, you wouldn't do linear for that.
That was the same one that I did before, wasn't it? No, it was the BIM one.
You did BIM.
Yeah. Not additional outputs. So we'll have to go back.
Primary output.
Yeah.
Because you have to have the. There you go.
And it already knows because it's a cubic L. I mean, it's a concrete L, which is the cubic yards. Yeah. We're just doing the specific takeoff for the size. Okay, cool. Start takeoff. There we go. Easy.
Now, so now check mark.
Jason. Too many check boxes. It really wants to make sure you're doing this correctly. So then I would select, okay, so this is how you do it. Select, there we go. Now I would go and hit plus because you're itemizing it per item.
Because we got the BIM model selected. And since we've got the BIM model selected, it already knows the type and it knows the name. Again, garbage in, garbage out.
And then I'm already doing the same type of quantification. Start takeoff. There we go. Now we're getting some
check mark.
Now we're getting some rhythm. Not frustrated. Okay. The reason why I get frustrated so easily is because it's not intuitive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, some of the clicks take a little bit of rhythm, but you got it now.
So we'll add this one. Same thing. Can't quantify it yet because I added this thing down here. So we'll do start takeoff. And then blue check because I already have them selected.
I love the
I didn't like that one. But this is cool. It's automatically adding. This is an expensive project. I mean, it is a hospital, right?
Yeah.
This is a lot easier though I didn't even know there was some over here. Look at that.
Yeah, the way that it has it laid out like this, where you don't have to go hunt for it, this is huge.
Yeah, imagine trying to find it in here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then having to find them. Single select.
They would find them once you found one of them, but yeah. I think it would be easier on me to have it all laid out like that. I can't wait to play with this with a civil corridor and see how it stacks up the concrete and curb and gravel and everything.
See, why are these the same? Oh, you know what? They might be part of the family. No. Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's a pier. That's why. Okay. I was so confused.
And look how quickly you can see it in context. An actual model location versus your stack.
Yeah, just switch it up. Okay, so we'll go back to this one. We'll do one more. And then we'll do start takeoff. Let check. Here we are. I don't know what's up with this thing, but it's the same thing. It's giving me. So this probably doesn't have a quantification for cubic yards in the family property. Yeah, it doesn't. So again, just like Jason said, garbage in, garbage out. Well, that was, I mean, this is actually pretty cool. So now that I'm not as frustrated, take a step back and look.
But look how long this took. So in a half hour, you've opened up a program you've never seen before. We applied different constraints, some different values, some different things. We compared to where we would be in basically a Bluebeam workflow. And while, it is a little frustrating because we're used to a different platform entirely with order of operations, you have it. And now I feel confident that you'd be able to finish this whole thing within another 20 minutes.
Yeah, it wouldn't take long to inventory the rest of it. But as long as the data was there. Does that make sense?
Correct. And this goes back to one of maybe our most constant soapbox thing that we've said on MCR over the past 4+ years is that it's garbage in, garbage out. When you're modeling, whether you're being Civil 3D or Revit or anything, have the data that you want. Same thing with Bluebeam. If you're doing quantity takeoff, spend the extra time to configure your subjects, your labels, your tool chest. You're just going to make your life easier down the road. And so much frustration comes from, I just got to get this out. I got to do it right now. I'll go back and I'll do it later. You're never going to do it later. You're going to end up doing it again later, right? So just do it right the first time, and then the next time your life will be easier. But I think in a perfect world, if we had a perfect model and perfect things, this would be quite incredible.
Yeah, I don't disagree. This was as frustrated as I got, which is typically the case if I'm not able to learn something quickly. This is pretty streamlined, right? I got my quantity takeoffs so far that I wanted. You're coming into here. I already got an export. Click it to get the CSV because it'll email me. I probably have 20,000 emails now. Click this. Oh, it's a PDF. So we'll just have to go to this. It should give me data here. Yeah.
Look at that. And we end up in Bluebeam after all.
But I mean, this quantifies everything I wanted it to.
Yeah.
There's some stuff here that's just because these didn't, again, have a cubic yard applied to the parameter in the family to quantify the amount of volume, cubic yard of concrete that we were trying to multiply by. But again, that's probably something you want to coordinate with your BIM team. the stuff needs to be added into the families, because then you can quantify it right here. So cool stuff.
This was a fun one, Michael. It's always inspiring to me to see your wheels turn and watch you figure things out in real time. And
you mean the struggle of how I get frustrated?
That wasn't even a struggle. That wasn't even a struggle. It is still early your time, and you're not uncaffeinated. So kudos to you, my friend. I look forward to seeing you next week in your town. And then
yes, you'll be here.
I will. For everybody else, if you enjoyed today's episode, if you are curious about what else we want to cover outside of the Bluebeam world or even within the Bluebeam world, drop a comment below, send us an email. You know how to find us. We're always happy to work through these workflows and figure things out to give you things that you need to do your job every day. Thanks for joining us today. We will see you all next week.
See you all next week.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of the other content on our channel.